So the first question is from Maria. I'm just going to see if she's here. Is Maria here? Maria Tadik? Not sure how to say her name. Um, okay. So I'm going to answer it even though she's not here because some people can't actually attend this for whatever reason. Cheers, Mike. And um, so she asked, my bow hand and pinky finger get fatigued really quickly. I'm 99% sure I'm holding the bow correctly, but maybe not. Is there a trick I'm missing, or does this improve with time? Or are there any recommended hand exercises to strengthen those muscles? Thanks. So, good question, Mary. And it will improve with time, your ability to bow with strength. But I guess the main answer I have is less of a strength thing and more of just like having a good form, having a relaxed form. Should be able to hold the bow with very little effort. And even if you're gripping it slightly, if you think about it over time, like over an hour and then every day, it's going to start to add up and be harmful to your hand, but also just be tiring. And so, really try to get students to relax their whole body, to breathe, so that they're able to play with less energy and just more easily. So, with the left hand, with right hand in particular, if we're doing bowing, you could start by just making a very gentle fist and then just loosening it a little bit. It's a beginner thing, but it's like the kind of thing you could keep coming back to. So just a gentle fist and then release it a little bit more. And then this is roughly the shape. And then see if when you're holding the bow, can you just have that same relaxed feel? Or do you feel like you need to grip it? Now, if it's really hard to do this, there is a beginner hold in which you put your thumb on the bottom of the bow. So I'm just giving you different angles. So that's the beginner hold. And it might be one way to overcome that. You know, I just like to give different strategies for helping break through a problem. So, but in general, you want to use very little pressure. And it's easier to do once the bow is on the strings. Think of your hand as more of a guide than like a force that's added. You want to avoid pressing. You want to just let the bow glide and think of the hand as just the leader. The hand is leading the bow. Okay. Now she mentioned Maria mentioned in her question that something about her pinky. Let's see. Yeah, her pinky finger gets tired really easily. So one idea I have for that is to lift your pinky slightly. In general, I teach more of a classical hold with a bow in which your pinky rests on top. The reason is it gives you more versatility, more ability to lift. However, you are struggling with some kind of issue, just a slight lift, because what you really want is a very light touch with the pinky there. Another thing you can do is just kind of playfully touch the pinky up and down and just to relax that. And so then more generally, I'm just going to walk through a sequence that could help you with any physical problem. You're playing and you notice something. It could be your shoulders are hunched. It could be some other thing. You're not breathing properly. A lot of people don't breathe. There's a sequence that you can do that I'll put in a lesson soon, this year, hopefully, in which you pause and you just hold the fiddle, you breathe evenly, and you pay attention to every part of your body that has to do with this, including your back. And then you do something very simple as the next step of complexity. You just play an open string, but let's use the example from Maria's question about keeping your pinky loose. Can you keep it loose on an open string, just go back and forth? If yes, you can do something harder. If not, stay with that or do something easier. But if this is no problem for you, you're able to finally relax your pinky, then try something like a fingered note, slightly harder, and then try a few notes, like walking up to third finger. And maybe at a certain point, you'll notice the tension happens again. You kind of lock up somewhere. Then you pull back and you just kind of pay attention to that. And then you could do this practice. It's like a check-in. It's like a physical check-in that you do throughout a practice session. And it's very valuable, just if your body is relaxed, and you're going to be able to play a lot more easily. So yeah, I think that's about it. Does anybody have any other follow-up questions on kind of releasing tension in the hand and muscles, kind of playing with good form? Okay, I see Louise has a question.
Great. Could you show us a close-up of your thumb?
Yes. Try to please get an angle here. It's a close-up of the thumb. So feel free to direct me. I have another camera, so I want to.
So it's pushing right into the frog, or it's away from that?
So it's the thumb is lightly in the space, this little space here.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And there's another thing that is part of the answer, I guess, is you want your hand. That's what the gentle fist will train you to have natural curvature. You don't want like back bending thumb or weirdly bent fingers. You want it to be, they're all to be this natural curve. So that the gentle fist is kind of a way to get that. And one of the challenges to bowing, as some of you may know, is to keep this thumb relaxed and to keep this curvature and not bend it back. So it's a very fundamental thing that you could return to at, and it's cool because you might be doing some tune or something challenging, and what you can do is say you're learning the Orange Blossom Special, like somebody mentioned they were learning. You can take a break from that and just focus on some physical thing like this. How's my bow hold? Just take like 30 seconds, then hold it, see if you can keep it, breathe, see if you can do something simple, and then return to the challenging thing or the tune you're working on or whatever. All right. So cool. Sue.
I found when I lifted my baby finger, my whole hand tensed up again, without it resting on the bow. So should it still be relaxed if you lift your baby finger?
Yeah.
That little exercise, it should be.
Yeah, it should be. And if it's not, then you don't have to do it. Is your hand relaxed when you have the pinky on the bow?
Yeah. Okay. The pinky almost balances my bow.
Yeah, it does.
So, but when I lift it, I find that maybe my hand's just not strong enough. I find I kind of grip it more.
You do? Okay, great point, Sue. And that's part of why I teach the pinky, is that it makes it easier to lift. Like if you do this experiment, if you're holding the bow and you lift the pinky, it puts a lot of tension on your hand. All right. So it's more pinky's mainly, like, I think the main function of the pinky is to help you lift more easily. Whereas if you never lift the bow, like a lot of fiddlers barely lift the bow, you don't really need it as much. That's why a lot of old time fiddlers just kind of have it off the bow. So, but anyway, thanks for that point. Go to fiddlehead.com for a progressive step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the Video Club. Excellent. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.